Hello students, today we are studying chapter 5 of your English grammar, and that is determiner. Students, we had studied a part of it in the previous video. Students, today we will be studying more about it, and especially we will be discussing about the kinds of determiner. Students, now determiners, students, generally have many uses, and broadly determiners can be of 10 different kinds, students, and hence uh, because of the different uses there are so many different kinds, students. So we'll study 4 different kinds in this video, students, and we'll discuss the rest 6 in the other video, students, that we'll be having afterwards. Now in this video we'll be discussing only 4 kinds. What are those 4 kinds of, students? The first one is article, students, second demonstratives, third possessives, and the fourth one is quantifier, students. These are the 4 different kinds, students, that we will be studying in this particular video, students. Now students, the first one as we studied was article, students. This is the first type. Now articles are of basically of 2 types, the definite article and the indefinite article, students. And the definite article, students, is the, and the indefinite article is students are a and an, students. Now definite article, students, refers to a person or a thing that has already been referred to. There we use the determiner the over here. Now taking the next one, which is the indefinite article, that is either a or either it's an, students, refer to a person or a thing that is being mentioned for the very first time, or that we do not have specific details about it. Simply because we do not have specific details about it, that is why it's called as indefinite article, students. Now coming to the example, students, so let's take the example of the definite article, students. It's written, the noise coming from there is very disturbing, students. Students, this is the is used over here, students, which is an definite article, students. Now seeing the next example, which is an example type of indefinite article, students, is written, she bought a new school bag. Now students, as we had studied that we do not have specific details about that person or thing, students. So we also do not know over here that the new bag, school bag bought by the girl was actually how much big, which color, size, weight. We do not know anything about it. How many pockets did it had, or anything, we material or anything such kind of thing, students, we do not know anything. So the specific details are not given over here. So a and an are the indefinite article, students, and we are the indefinite article in the sentence is given over here as a, students. Now coming to the next type, students, of determiner, students, is demonstrative, students. Now students, demonstrative, as the word says, demonstrate, so it points to noun and expresses a distance from the speaker. For example, this is a book, that is an umbrella, these are eggs, those boys are sitting under the tree, and at the other, all these are different determiner, students, and these are demonstrative, and they point to noun, students, and they express actually some kind of distance from the speaker, students. For example, these eggs are rotten. When we are saying these eggs are rotten, students, we actually mean that the eggs are generally closer to the speaker, somewhat close. That is why we are using these. Now suppose if I am saying that that news is not true, so we say that that this particular word tells or determiner tells that the news is something far or was listened or talked about a time back, students. So, it tells about a distance from the speaker, students. Now, taking the next one, studying the next one, which is possessive kind of determiner, students. Now, what do you mean by possessive, students? As the word is clear, possessive, or it emerges from the word possession, which means ownership, who owns a particular thing. So, possessive kind of determiners are used to indicate ownership, students. Now, students, what are the determiners that are actually possessive kind, students, like my, your, his, her, its, our, your, their. Now, students, let us take some examples of possessive kind of determiner, students. For example, the first one, my hair needs a good wash. So, obviously, when I am saying my hair, it tells about the ownership, that the hair is mine. Students, taking the next example, if I am saying their house is the most beautiful one. So, I am telling the ownership, or who owns the house. Whose house is it? It's their house. Okay, it's somebody about someone else's, some else's family. Students, now the fourth kind of determiner is quantifiers. As the word says, some students, it tells us something about the quantity. So, students, this kind of determiner is used to indicate the quantity of something. For example, some, all, enough, many, much, any, few, little, less, no, half, both, several, a lot, and etc. There are a lot many others also, students. Now, let us take two examples of quantifiers, students. The first sentence says, the first example says, a few people in my neighborhood have filed a complaint. Now, it tells students a few people. So, it is telling the quantity, the number of people who have filed the complaint. So, they are only a few people, they are not more, rather they are only few. Now, taking the next example, you need some courage to do this. Students, it is written some courage. So, it is quantity, obviously you just cannot measure this thing, but certainly it is courage, some courage, it shows some quantity of courage, students. So, students, I hope you were able to understand these four different kinds of determiners, students, and I hope this video was useful for you, students. Thank you, students. With this we come to the end of the video, students. Thank you.